Okay, hello and welcome to Two Maggies Up Top. We've ditched our club alliances and we're here for the Euro show. Let's get it cracking. You know the name, it's your boy Big Kes, the original, and I'm here with my boys Big Pans and Big Lows. Listen, before we even dive in, little bit of a, well, big bit of a sad one to be fair. We've had some sad news amongst the camp. Uncle Tony, man, Pana's Uncle Tony sadly passed away this week. So we're going to dedicate this episode to him. I'm going to let Pana take the floor with this one, but I just want to say a few words. Obviously, condolences to the family. Pana's family's like my own. Uncle Tony, life and soul of the party. Always vibes when I saw him. So R.I.P. Uncle Tony, man. I'm going to pass over to Pana, let him share a few stories before we jump in today, man.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, it's mad. 20 years in the fam, innit? Over 20 years now.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, man. For me personally, yeah, just with the boys, like dedicating it to Uncle Tone. Big loss of the family. Sending out all the love, obviously, to Auntie Faye, the girls, and the family, the wider family itself. But yeah, man, he was a character. From a footballing perspective, I mean, there was two things that he was passionate about. One of them was Spurs. Massive Spurs fan, season ticket holder every year. Loved the club, loved the game. Yeah, it's a shame he's never going to get to see them. Well, if they ever lift a trophy, it's sad, isn't it? But yeah, big lover of Spurs and a big lover of music. Definitely a character. And I've got a quick little story. Just wanted to share on that just before we move on with the Spurs thing. But little did I know at the time, 2017, the FA Cup semi-final. Chelsea Spurs. Obviously, me and Dad went there to watch Chelsea, and I didn't know that Uncle Tone, or obviously he went to watch Spurs, right? So I was sitting there, gone to Wembley, had a sick day. We won that game 4-2, fortunately for us. And when we got to Wembley, didn't realise that the tickets that me and my dad had were like literally like front row in it, like we're right by the pitch.
I remember the videos, yeah.
Yeah, like shook Rod Hullet's hand, it was mad. So anyway, yeah, we've gone one up with the Willian penalty like early on, or the Willian free kick, should I say? And then Spurs equalised, made it 1-1. And then there's a funny, my phone started dinging off my family chat, and it was my sister who sent through a picture of me and my old man. And anyone who knows that me and my old man will watch football, it just gets techie, innit?
Yeah,
like, it just gets techie. So Sky Sports have like captured us right at the front row, just looking proper like mad, innit? Because Spurs were applying pressure, they just equalised, it was getting mad. So that happened, and then when we went, I think it was 3-2 up, my sister then pings me again out of nowhere, and from the other side of the stadium, God knows how this happened, but then Sky Sports captures Uncle Tony standing there like this. So it's mad, isn't it? Like what? How much does Wembley hold?
Like 90,000,
right?
Yeah.
So it captures me and my dad, yeah? I didn't even know he was there, innit? So it captured me and my dad looking all mad, Spurs are applying pressure, and then when we were winning the game, it then switches to Uncle Tony, and Uncle Tony's just standing there. I've got the photos, I'll send you them. Might post them on the gram actually. And he's standing like this.
That's mad.
And I didn't even know it, so my sister going, that's mad how it can capture you guys and then capture Uncle Tony in it. But yeah, man, just want to say, little funny one there, and rest in peace to a legend. So yeah, man, big up Uncle Tony.
Real talk, legend. I said anytime I come through to the family parties, there's always vibes, innit?
Yeah, man.
I'm a vibes man, yeah. Big Uncle Tony. You know what, yeah? We're gonna pour a little juice for Uncle Tony still. And you know what, this episode is gonna be vibes. Even though we're sad and we're mourning little peace and that, Uncle Tony was a vibes man. And if he's watching this episode, wherever he is, he's gonna want it to be vibes. So this one's for Uncle Tony still.
He was definitely a Rasta in a Greek man's body.
Jeez, well there you go. You got the Rasta, you got the Greek,
this guy,
and we got the juice.
Yeah.
So pour a little. I know you don't like the.
No, it's firming it. I'm just seeing how much you're pouring. That's definitely a Big Kes. Uncle Tony. That's an Uncle Tony.
We're doing it for Uncle Tony, man.
Uncle Tony shout there.
I'm doing it for Uncle Tony, so yeah, that's calm.
Big up Uncle Tony.
Yeah, Uncle Tony, wherever you are, rest in peace, and we hope you enjoy this episode still. Yeah? Just cheers up to Uncle Tony still.
Family.
Come on, man.
Family.
Yeah. Come on.
Sorry, man.
Alright, lads, should we dive in?
Yeah, man.
If you don't
let's go.
say that. Alright, man. Let's jump in. So before we even get into the Euro stuff, see that the Super League 6 have agreed to pay a 20 million fine for their involvement in the Super League. I mean, it's light change for me, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weak.
Yeah, weak.
It's
But
weak.
if it means that we can still afford some transfers, then I'm calm with that. You know what I'm saying? So, but Man City should be getting fined 10 times that, and the rest of them. But yeah, I guess it's good news. To be fair, I'm done with the Super League. No one cares now.
No
It's
one
not
cares.
actually. You know what I'm saying?
They did say though, if anything ever like that happened again, they would deduct points and stuff.
Yeah, and rightly so, man. Rightly so.
Yeah. So
Let's jump into the Euros now because listen,
Euro
man,
show.
it's the Euro show with Daya. Now I don't want to start off. I don't want to flip in, buy into the hype and whatnot, but it's coming home. It's coming home. That's what I'm saying. There we go. Boom. So let's
I saw that just reminds me of a tweet I saw today of someone saying, if you ever think for 1 second that I'm gonna flip in, buy into the hype or something like that, and it just ends with like, it's coming home.
I am.
Yeah, I am. It's coming home.
Trust me.
Yeah,
I was playing
no.
the corner. Yeah, listen. Nah, fam. I'm gassed.
Yeah.
I'm gassed. Don't get twisted. I've got the France shirt ready for
the withdrawal,
But let's jump into the Euros, man. So obviously we know that the teams that are going to be involved and whatnot. Who is the favourites to win it for you, man? Obviously I said he's coming home, so
France
you're going with France,
have
yeah?
to be favourites. Like I was looking at obviously one World Cup last major tournament, not including Nations League nonsense,
Yeah.
And then there's the squad. The squad.
The depth in it.
I look at our midfielders forward play, and I'm excited by England's forward play.
100.
I look at the France thing, and I'm just like,
I can't even believe you're
these
rude,
men,
man.
bro, and he click. I was just saying earlier to Kes, the way he comes on the pitch and he bad up Bulgaria. I know it's Bulgaria. You got bad up what's in front of you.
This guy's
And he
now
does it all the time.
five goals away from Henri's.
Is it 40 something
6
goals? he's
goals
got?
away, yeah.
6 goals away from
48?
Yeah,
48 goals?
46.
So 46 goals.
Yeah.
Blood.
That's Giroud, though. That's
Giroud,
actually
bro.
crazy, isn't it?
Or 5 goals, you're
But
right.
he's been,
51,
but
yeah.
he's an international striker. Because he can just pull it out all the time when he puts on a France shirt.
We said about Giroud.
Do you know what I'm saying?
If you show his highlight reel in 10, 15 years, the Donny's a legend in the game. Do you know what I mean? He's one of them guys. When he hands up the boots, yeah, them boots are coveted, bro.
I don't think he's going to get his flowers until he goes. Like one of them ones.
Retires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until he hangs his boots up, people don't actually fully appreciate what
Mind
he's done.
you, I think that he's now, a lot of people are saying the whole Giroud underrated, whatever, and it's like people are rating him now. I just think it's a fine one because you can start rating him too much. Where it's like,
No, I hear
let's
that.
be real, Benzema, Giroud's not in the same level as Benzema. He's not in the same level, in my opinion. Like Benzema is an elite level striker. I wouldn't put Giroud as an elite striker. He's a good striker.
He put Giroud in Real Madrid, boy. I don't
He's
know.
killing it.
Listen, I want to say I don't know.
What, he's saying, as in he's
I
going to
think
do
Giroud
well?
will do well.
Yeah, he will do well.
It's a slower league.
This brother, I hear that. This
Suit
brother
him.
had Ozil, Cazorla, Wilshere, Ramsey behind him, feeding him here, and he was still missing bare chances.
No, because do you know why?
Go ahead.
Because he kept doing his hair, fam. Like, he wasn't doing his hair. Now, yeah, he's a 34-year-old man. I think he got in trouble with the missus, etc., etc.
Okay, yeah.
He's now had to switch it up, innit?
You don't see him slicking back the hair.
No,
as much.
fam, when he misses, he's vexed.
Because he come Chelsea and he's got rough.
And he's on the bench. And he's on the bench, fam.
And he's won.
Arsenal
He's still winning now,
pretty
isn't
good,
he?
Yeah, and he was
To be
first
fair,
choice.
since he's left Arsenal, he's won the World Cup, the Europa League, the Champions.
But he had to humble himself, fam, because he was
No,
third choice at one
lads,
point, or second choice.
By the way, just saying, I don't want to hear no Arsenal chat.
No.
Man,
You
it's
brought it up.
Euros. Okay, I'll tell myself this, yeah. Because right now, I'm an England fan, but and it's looking hopeful for us, man. Yeah,
No, it is.
We got a chance of winning something.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear no Arsenal until
We
next
should go
season,
far, man. If we don't go far, it's a poor tournament.
So
I'm-
who's your favourite fan?
France.
France still.
Oh, I always go France though. They're my favourite national team, innit?
Yeah, let's
I
be real.
think France, man.
If I'm being realistic, I think for the French squad is stacked. I look at England and this is the most excited I've been for a while. You know, we gave up in 2002 and that. I'm back, fam, because I'm looking at all the options got in the attacking. And we'll talk with the England team. We're gonna have we had a talk before,
Yeah.
but this comes down to Southgate. We're gonna get on to
I
that.
also think the players though as well, man.
Yes,
There's
yes,
enough talent.
But
in
I
that
just
squad.
think I look at it and think that we are stacked in the attacking positions. Defensively is where we will probably get found out.
Yeah,
But
I think it's
formation and tactical awareness is going to be a big part of it because if Southgate sets up for the opponent at hand, we'll go a lot further than if he just plays some rigid formation the whole way
I
through.
think he will just do the rigid thing.
You think?
Personally, I don't think he's going to play to his opponents. I don't think he's got that in his locker, but I do think we've got enough in our locker to do the people in front of us, regardless of what formation we play. Unless we get to like a France, you know what I'm saying?
So we'll touch on it. We'll touch on the England 11 and the formation because I want to break it down with England as well because a few things I want to say on how I think we can progress. Boom. Okay. Cool. So you got the favourites. Well, the favourites are obviously going to be. Do you know what though? I'll be real. We look at the group of death and you got Portugal and Germany in there as well. I think the two that come out of that group are going to be dangerous. I think Germany haven't been spoken on as much as they probably should have been. People are overlooking Germany.
Overlooking Germany, that's right.
Germany.
Transition thing, innit?
Yeah, but Germany are always a
Germany,
force.
innit?
Yeah, and especially in the Euros, you can't write off Germany.
Well, who's a better question for you then? Because you always like the underdog. Who's your dark horse?
Well, boom, that's a good question. Good question.
Or was you going to say Germany?
No. I don't think Germany's a dark horse, innit? I just think they've been overlooked. But if they're not, I mean, it's tough for me to call Germany a dark horse because I would always have Germany as
up there.
In the Euros, 100%. They've got to be top 3, top 4.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They should be in that in the World Cup as well.
Yeah.
When I say dark horse, I'm not talking team to win it. Because I'm not saying they're going to go all the way, but I'm saying Turkey is a squad that I think you've got to look out for. I'm looking at them thinking, okay, boom. Italy haven't lost a game in 29 matches.
Italy looks solid, man.
I don't hear no one speaking on them, but they've slowly rebuilt.
They're my dark
as well.
horse, I think.
Okay, you got Italy as well. Who else am I looking at in the Euros? I'll probably say them two, you know.
What about Belgium?
Again,
they're ranked
I just think they're the new Holland though, man. I think they've got great individuals, but I don't think they're a great team, like playing together.
And I don't even think they're as great as they once were, you know. Good goal. I don't think they're as...
Because Holland should have won a World Cup with the squad they've had.
But...
You know what I'm saying? Over the years.
Yeah. And Portugal. I mean, again, it depends who comes out that group of death, innit?
Yeah, I don't know,
but
man.
if Portugal make it through the group of death, don't get twisted, their squad is actually... They've got man them, you know.
They got lucky on the Euro team last time.
Also, the injuries to certain men.
Didn't they only scored one goal in open play, which is the goal in the final.
Yeah, some dumb.
But this, and obviously that's 5 years ago, yeah. You look at all the young talent now, João Felix, Bruno Fernandes, you've also got Ronaldo, Jota, Andre Silva.
That's to be fair, it's a better squad. It's a better squad than it was.
So Portugal are dark horses, but they're just in a techie group, man. Like with France and Germany. That's why I say the two that come out of that group are going to be dangerous as well.
I'd rather, I know it's like, of course I can't change, I'd rather England be in a group like that than be in a group that we keep getting all the time.
Nah.
I would.
Why?
Why? Because I want us to play
for your Euros to be over before it started.
Listen, I want us to play against quality opposition.
I hear that.
Yeah. Get deeper into the
No, I hear what you're saying
that.
but bro, the reason why we're so shit, is because we keep pulling Ukraine and fucking, like I was saying, Tunisia, every qualifier,
Macedonia.
Oh my god.
Okay, no,
we play on these fucking plastic pitches,
San Marino,
and we're shit, fam.
I know. Okay, I hear that. In the qualifiers, I take that. Yeah. When we get to competition, and we're here.
I don't know.
I'm not trying to be in a group of death, fam.
No, I'm not
trying to die before I live, fam. I'm trying to get through the group.
When I saw that, I was gassed like you last week. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I saw England Romania on Sunday or whatever it was, I fell asleep. It was shit.
Terrible.
And it makes me feel like, just getting gassed for nothing. Honestly, like if that's the way they're gonna play, I know he played like, I want to call it a second team or whatever. He rested a few man. We're playing Romania, blood.
Yeah.
There's enough man in that team.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
There is enough man in that team. Rashford alone, that should be tearing.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
The team apart.
I look at the group that England are in, and
I just see 9 points, fam.
No, it's 9 points. It should be. But if I see 3 1-0 wins in that I'm not gassed.
I'd rather do that. As long as they get the 3 wins though. If they come with even a draw,
listen,
it's a shot.
If we're only scraping a 1-0 against Czech Republic, Scotland, and
I think Scotland are actually a decent little outfit, you know.
They're a decent little outfit. But if we're talking about the likes of France and then Man
I do hear that.
I do hear that. To win the competition, we'll talk of Scotland. I think they're okay. Like they've a lot. They've got a good potential squad. Qualified first time 20 years. But if England, we're talking about going bring it home in that are scraping 1-0 against Czech Republic, Scotland, and Croatia. I don't want to see the game against France unless he's putting 10 at the back.
More time. Portugal proved it 5 years ago. They went the whole tournament with something dumb like
and we proved it a few years ago that when we're scraping them little wins, okay, we beat Panama 6-0, but when you're scraping the little wins, as soon as it comes to a team you should be slapping.
Yeah, I get that.
Depends.
Yeah. As long as they win it, I guess we won't care how we win it. Like in that sense.
Listen, if he does 5 at the back the whole tournament, and does 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 all the way and wins it,
so there you go.
That's calm. But we ain't won nothing since '66, blood. So I'm not banking on that, blood. You know what I'm saying? But cool, innit? Cool. Alright, so who's your dark horse?
I won't say dark horse, but I just don't know. I feel like Netherlands going to be in and around there, innit? I feel like they're in and around there slightly. It's just quietly.
I just don't
Quietly,
feel
bro.
them, nah.
I can't see them joining.
And do you know what though? I'm not saying they'll win. I can see Wales doing a little piece in it. If Bell and Ramsey get fit, I can see them doing a little
Swear,
piece.
that's a dark horse, boy. That is a dark horse.
That is dark.
No, listen, that's the whole point. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, that horse is.
You're calling dark horses. They're talking about Germany and fucking and Belgium and that. I'm talking about if we're going dark horse. You're
that's
Turkey.
It's a dark horse.
It only needs 2 players to light up a team.
I said Turkey bigger, but yeah.
It only needs 2 players to light up a team for me.
Yeah, I'm being safe on mine, boy.
Yeah.
No, I say dark horse. No,
No, that is dark horse. That is dark horse.
You told me to put £20 on Wales to win. Nah, big man. I'm talking about £2.
Are we doing that? Are we doing that live, by the way?
Yeah, we'll do it live. To be fair, in that same group though, I'll tell you another team that's in good form, Switzerland.
Bro.
So, yeah, don't get twisted. Switzerland won bare games. So
And they keep their squad together throughout, fam.
Yeah. No exceptional players, but they've got some good players and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, if you could turn up as a team, there's a lot that's possible.
That's exactly. You saw Greece won the Euros.
Yeah.
2004.
That night was
man.
litty, boy.
I can
I
imagine.
was in North London them times. Fuck.
Yeah.
And you need a bit of luck.
No, we
And we that ball guy that
When we
Greece had
listen, you
sometimes.
don't win that with no luck.
The ball guy played for Greece when they won it.
Which ball guy? You had Kalisteas up front, number 9.
Trusters.
All I can think of is Stelios and a couple the Bolton guy in it.
Yeah, played for Bolton. Giannakopoulos.
That
was him, innit? Yeah, that was him. Yeah.
Stelios.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
butchered the name, by the way.
not talking about the team, but he battled us a few times, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Alright, and any players in particular you got your eyes on? So obviously you got the bait ones, you know, the Mbappes and whatever. Anyone that you think's gonna bat up the Euros this summer? We're gonna learn something new about
him, man. Like, I feel like he's a bait player, but I feel like as much as I just said to Lowey about Netherlands, I like the confidence that Depay's bringing into the game. So I feel like Depay's going to be out of the, I don't want to call him elite, well, out of the bait players, I think Depay's going to be the one that's overlooked.
So that's a great shot.
And I think Depay actually will be techie.
I think that's a great. I think he's gonna have a good Euros.
I think he will have a good Euros.
I think Depay will have.
And I think he'll light up.
I think he's at an age now where obviously United didn't really work out for him. He's got him built up himself. He's confident.
Did you see what he said about Leon? Like how he found his love for football again.
Yeah, he's built up. He's got Barcelona on the cards. I think that's a brilliant shout. We know the likes of Grealish, Foden, Mount. I'm expecting big things from these men as well, you know.
Me too.
And you know what? It was Roy Keane that said the other day, and I slightly agree with him, that even though Sterling and Rashford haven't had great tournaments, you feel like they've got a point to prove, innit? Like Sterling,
they've got experience as well.
Yeah, I feel like Sterling could turn up. Two that I want to mention is one, Burak Yilmaz. He's badded it up with Lille this season. Won the league, Turkish brother.
He plays for Lille, innit?
Plays for Lille. Won the league with Lille this season. Man's like in mid-30s and that, but had a great season.
The only thing is though, is will you say? I mean, I don't know Lille's squad too tough, yeah. But is he going to be getting that service at Turkey, like with the Turkish squad? I
think, like I said, I mentioned Turkey. Like they got a decent team. I watched them bat up the Netherlands in the Nations League. Obviously, Soyuncu at the back. They got Yokushulu in midfield. Obviously, they got a couple men them. Yilmaz is bang goals, and I think that he will do, and him and Turkey will do quite well. I don't know why I just got a feeling they could. This is obviously off the cuff, but I've got a feeling they could just upset Italy first game. But we'll see.
No, listen, you're good with your shouts.
We'll see.
Especially your betting ones. So yeah, you're good with them.
The next one I'll look at is Alexander Isak. So he plays for Real Sociedad. Yeah, with David Silva and them, man. Swedish. Now you got Ibrahimovic obviously not making the Euros, injured. I think this brother's gonna come through.
Do you reckon there's a lot on his shoulders though?
No, I look at it, I think he's 21, he's young. He's had a good season with Real Sociedad, he's banged goals for them. I think he comes into this tournament with confidence. There's nothing expected of Sweden. They're in a group with Spain and nothing expected of him. I've just got a feeling that he's going to turn up this year. He's going to show up. So my two is Yilmaz and Isak.
What do you reckon about Spain though? You just mentioned it because I forgot about them. Boy.
Yeah, so they've had a break out of COVID.
I saw that.
Yeah. I'll be real with you. I watched them play against Portugal the other day, and I was even back in Portugal to beat them. It finished 0-0 in the end. Yeah. I'm not expecting much from Spain. I'll be real.
It feels a bit disjointed, isn't it now?
Yeah, look at it.
And the Barca era's over because they were all playing together at one stage, pretty much.
Yeah.
David Villa, Iniesta.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll say this now and they're gonna win it, but I'm not putting much on Spain. Like, get out of the group, probably quarter final. That's what I'm saying.
Fair.
Yeah.
I can't see. I overlook them to be fair, and I think that's probably a reason why to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who you got playing?
Oh, squad checking. Do you know what? Yeah, there's no really from like the lower teams will be discussed in it. Like I think if you look at Wales dominate, it's going to be, as I said, 2-star players got to turn up in it.
Yeah.
But I feel like Lukaku's going to do something.
I think it's similar to the player.
I feel Lukaku's going to do something in it. And I think Yuri Tielemans might have a good one as well.
Yeah.
Especially now De Bruyne's not out, someone's got to step up.
De Bruyne out?
De Bruyne, I don't know if he's playing for anybody's now, isn't it?
Yeah, nah, he's gone.
back.
Yeah.
But still, like, he might not
play that first game.
Yeah. Listen, someone's got to step up in it. You've got to best team out. But you're right. De Bruyne,
I think Lukaku's a good shout.
But Lukaku and Frankie de Jong.
Yes.
Away from that Barcelona team now.
Yes.
Back into being the main Donny with like Klaassens and Ronaldo and them man around him. I don't know, man. I just think
good shout.
It's a good shout.
Different ball. Different. He's a ball player. We all knew that. And gone to Barcelona. It's not really got out. But I don't know, man. Them you know how them the guys in the Netherlands, they just come confident.
Yeah.
They come confident. There's no fear. So they play with no fear, and I like that. I like that. So they're kind of they're the one I'd like to watch more so.
I'm also going Harry Kane Golden Boot.
I didn't even thought about Golden Boot.
It's coming home. So, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
I will go Lukaku, innit?
Yeah, I
didn't even thought about Golden Boot, you know.
Giroud.
Do you know what? That's not a bad shout though.
Not a bad shout.
Because if they do extend their run and go the full way, Giroud's got enough run of games to.
The only thing is though, they're in a group of death, no? No,
France,
no,
yeah.
They're group of
No,
death.
they are.
Portugal, yeah, France.
But they're the killers in the group of death, fam. So, for me,
I also think as well that Giroud's got a case now. Deschamps got a case to start Giroud over Benzema.
Giroud, but you know what Giroud is though? He's the kind of guy, that will stake his claim, come off the bench, then you start him, he does nothing.
I don't know, you
He's
know.
that guy.
He has been.
Blood, he's been that guy. You come off the bench, do the madness. Oh, he scored off the bench.
When he's
you start him, when he's vexed, he's one of them guys,
But then he had that stint with us last season where he
made that Sevilla.
But then he was banging in goals, man.
You see when he banged goals
when he scored against
but you see when he scored against Sevilla in that year, he weren't starting in the league, but he said he hadn't seen action for time. Come in, scores 4 goals. Comes off the bench against Spurs, whatever it was, bangs that goal at Stamford Bridge. He's a brother, If I played with him, I'll be punching him up before the game, cussing him. What? Like,
I don't know,
like, and then let him watch.
Oh, you mean getting vexed?
Getting vexed. When he's happy, this guy's out here smiling. When he played for Arsenal, that's what we say all the time. I said, I wasn't going to mention that team. When he played in the Prem that season, 15-16, blood, this guy was missing chances and doing up his hair.
And smiling.
Smiling. Literally, if you clip that section, you'd thought it was a modern advert. Man, he's just missed a chance. Man's there going.
You know, he's done his hair still.
Tresemating.
Because I'm worth it.
That's L'Oreal. Yeah. Big man, any of them though, fam. Big man sing.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
You know?
Maybe it's Olivier.
Man like Olivier, Can't be so bad person, but I can't. Anyway, we move. So the next thing now, look at is little sweepstake.
Yeah.
I thought I got it here, fam. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you got it, yeah?
Yeah, little sweepstake. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna £20 in each. We'll pick 4 teams each, right? So obviously, if those you mathematicians out there, that leaves 12 teams. So the idea is that if somebody wins it, they pocket the cash, and if no one wins it, then we're gonna donate it to a charity of Pana's choice in honor of his Uncle Tony. So either way, everyone wins. You know what I'm saying? So boom. Also, I'm hearing a couple of you man saying that I rigged the thing with the last draw, You man saw me shake it, doing shaky, have my mum do shaky, and then pick one, So I don't want to hear none of that crap. And again, I'm doing it again. Where's the camera? Camera's in, has come. Shaky. You know what I'm saying?
Do we shake it as well? We should all shake
it.
Shake it.
There's not 6 Frances in there, 4 England.
This guy, the small M. Kes on every back of the paper, innit? That's my one. Oh yeah, I've got Italy, France, Netherlands, Belgium.
Where's they? Sweden.
Oh, Lowey's got Denmark,
North Macedonia, Russia.
and Pan's got Turkey. Oh, that's fine.
Oh, you're saying Kes pulled out flipping England, France, and flipping Germany. Come on.
Don't forget Netherlands as well, mate.
Alright, so I'm gonna do my little stir. You do a little stir.
I slightly wanna take the hat and you go first,
And then go on. Yeah, do it, go on. Alright, so we just go across, innit?
What should we do? What, we picking one each?
Pick one each.
Yeah, take the hat and give it to Kes.
Do we read it as we go?
Yeah, let's read them down.
Do the
I don't
camera.
want to read it,
Do
blood.
the camera. Do the Champions League thing.
Finland.
Okay. So you hold. I'm gonna pick one.
Shall I write these down, Kes?
No, you have to
Why?
type
You
it
got
there.
paper, innit?
I know I'm going to lose them.
They're gonna get Belgium.
Oh, fuck.
They're gonna
Let me check the back of that paper.
Listen.
Look at the coloured dot on the back of that paper.
Lad. Go on.
Big Kes got Belgium.
Watch this, Turkey.
Yeah, better you than me, boy.
The boys, England.
Oh shit! This guy doesn't want to back to all you watch.
Now he's
Watch.
supporting England.
He's gonna support England.
It's funny how things work out.
You can do an Usher U-turn, innit?
Alright, so first round we go.
Did I say it's coming home?
This guy's gonna change his tune, you know.
Aye, we say look after the floor.
Okay.
I wish we get on the dead.
Ah, please.
Did you go on the club?
Please, North Macedonia. Yeah.
Nah,
Oh, you got
Czech Republic. That is tragic.
Let me not laugh too soon.
At least 1 out of 4.
Let
At least one.
Let karma come bite me, fam.
It's the North Macedonia.
Oh, she's like France. That's fake.
Hey, the money is coming
France
home.
and Belgium.
If football is not coming home, the money is coming home.
I don't have the capacity. I do not have the capacity.
Oh, shit. You do not have the capacity.
Nick, how'd you go on the sweepstakes?
I'm gonna lie.
I did not have the capacity.
How funny it would be if I pulled it like German or
Oh,
something.
please.
I've got to pull one out for Uncle Tony. Surely. Surely.
Who is it? Who is it?
Spain. Joking. I've got the other boys. Wales.
That's live though, you back them.
Yeah,
You actually
yeah.
back them.
If I know it's Scotland, I'm pissed now, you know.
Listen, now I've got
Can't talk, I've got Czech Republic and fucking Finland, bro.
Now listen, now I've got France and Belgium, yeah? If it's not coming home, it's coming home. It's coming home.
Yeah. Bring the gap.
Listen.
Alright, let's go, round 3.
If this guy.
Ooh, I'm actually hot. Go on, lads. North Macedonia, please.
I'm giving
Who is it? Who is it?
Slovakia.
Oh shit!
What's the point?
Oh
What's
shit!
the point, blood?
Listen.
Slovakia, Czech Republic, and Finland is 3 hits. Let's start again, man. Let's start again.
I reckon
Let's
it's the way it's cut, yeah? Like, look how that's bare skinny and that, and the people
black.
it's flat.
I'll probably start again.
Hold your thing, brother.
No take-backs.
Bro, can we get one more card in there?
No, if this guy gets Spain or
We get a
Germany,
fifth.
yeah?
We get a fifth in there.
Oh, extra £20, did it?
Listen, I'll buy in, you know.
Oh, so
No.
Portugal.
This guy's got every man.
This is actually mad. Big man thing. This is.
You can't even write that.
Oh shit.
Poland.
Oh, fucking hell, about time.
Hey,
You got
listen.
Lewandowski though.
Nah.
Who have I got? I don't even have check no more. I don't even want to pick it, man.
Go on, pick one, fam.
It's
Go on.
It's going to be
It's a
Come on,
fourth
man.
dead one.
Come on,
though,
nah, you're good, man. You're good, man.
£10.
You said that two
for a wild card,
You said that 2 rounds ago.
Alright, go on.
I give you £10 for a wild card.
I just need one to bank on.
Go on.
Go on, Germany.
Oh, fam.
No, fam, that's tragic. When you got the 3 you've got, yeah, that's terrible, man.
Fucking Croatia! Is that the worst,
Man,
man?
had 4 bits.
They got to the World Cup.
Luka Modric's like, how old is he now?
Oh,
Fuck's
man.
sake.
Hold on. Oh, the magic
That's
hand,
a
bro.
trash selection, you know.
This is the magic hand.
Fuck.
Oh shit, I got 2.
Oh, here he goes.
Put it back in. Put it back in.
Check it out. Oh, this has killed me, blood.
Fucking
I've
hell,
taken
bro.
one up, bent up in it.
Well, at least I got England, man. That's all I can say. At least I got England.
This guy got France, Belgium.
Italy. Oh, this guy's killing it.
He's got Italy as well. Oh, I might as well give the money to him now. Fucking hell.
Oh shit.
You know what, yeah? I hope it's the year of a Greece or something.
Trust me, if Czech Republic won it, yeah, I'll be creasing, blood. Oh shit. Nah, it's mad.
It's gonna be a dead one for me.
What we'll do for the listeners as well.
Who have we got?
Germany.
Oh!
All we'll do for the listeners, yeah, is we'll post Lowey's and Niall's selections in it. There's no point posting mine, boy.
Oh, do you know what?
So
Yeah.
let's just confirm the 4 we've got. So Pana, can you just read out your 4?
But they all speak the same language. I'm joking.
Listen.
No, I don't even read them.
Let me read them out. Alright, so basically, each man's 4 teams. Pana has the Czech Republic,
Oh, they slap England, you know.
Finland,
Fuck is coming on.
Slovakia, and Croatia.
They all got blue in their flag, boy.
Oh my days.
That's the only thing they got.
That is actually terrible.
Big Kes has Italy, Portugal, France, and Belgium.
Fucking
And
hell.
Big Lowe's has got England, Wales, Poland, and Germany. So, boy,
And listen, it's underdog season, isn't it?
No, listen.
Dark horse season.
Alright, listen, I'm out there. If you want to put extra £10 in to go wild card, it's up to you, innit?
I'm just saying now I might as well pick all the rest of them.
What? So we go. What? So if we put.
I don't need to go wild
So
card.
if we-
You don't need to go wild card.
Oh, so you're gonna put
If
extra.
he wants to
£10
get
in the
extra
pot.
£10 in the
A
pot,
wild card pick. You have to see that, Pana?
Yeah, but I'll do it, but I know who I'm going to pick.
I'll go £5 in it.
No, I'll do £10
Yeah, let's go
innit?
£10.
But I know I'm going to pick some fucking, I don't even know who's left.
Alright, let's
I'm going to pick Macedonia or
Spain,
something.
Portugal.
No, you got Spain,
Alright, so you got
didn't you?
extra £10.
You got Spain.
I need Italy or
Spain.
Have you got Italy?
Portugal. Portugal.
Yeah, I don't know.
Spain, Netherlands.
I don't even know what, this is it's the worst £10 I'm going to spend.
Go on.
Spain or Netherlands, isn't it?
He's killed me.
Now Vex I'm going to be if it's dead.
Just
like-
please come.
And you know what, yeah?
Just
Read-
no, you
no,
done it. You picked it.
Read
fam.
it for me. No,
Okay,
read it for me. I can't do it, man.
Oh, you got blessed. You got blessed.
Okay,
you got blessed.
You got Spain.
You got blessed.
The best £10 you spent in the world,
Yeah,
man.
you got blessed.
Fucking
Come on, Spain! I was hoping for a North Macedonia, innit?
fucking hell.
Fam, what? You got the worst hand in history, blood.
You know,
Oh, man said you had to pay for the extra for the World Cup.
can you get 2 wild cards for the price of one?
If anyone else wants a wild card, you can put a good £10 in.
Do you know what?
You happy with your
I've
picks?
got. Come on, boys. I've got notorious winners
Yeah.
and guys that just need trophies.
Yeah.
Need a trophy.
Like, you've got a 6 selection.
I'm not gonna
This
lie,
guy
yeah.
come through on a
It's
scan.
not looking good for the guy that was accused of match fixing. Didn't pick out these 4 teams.
Yeah, fucking hell, man.
Aye, let's say.
I'm gonna be gassed by Spain, bro. When if I'm being truthful honest,
Yeah, nah. Listen.
We'll post that to the gram though.
Yeah,
I'll do a
100,
little, I'll do a little
100,
post for it.
100,
Get a little
yeah.
post up for the boys. Save your papers.
Alright, cool. So, literally from here onwards, we've spoken about all the other teams and whatnot. All things England now I want to discuss, man. So you mentioned Gareth Southgate, his tactics and what needs to be done going into conversation, but let's break it down. So England's starting 11, strongest 11 for the tournament. Let's go through that. So we've all put together some lineups. I think maybe what the best thing to do is just read out our lineups each, and then we can discuss the differences.
Yeah, we've probably got similarities.
Should we go positional, like defence, midfield, maybe?
Yeah.
We all held the same formation, by the way, so we all got the same
Yeah,
formation.
4-3-3.
What do you want to do each team? I read out my team, you read out your team.
Or should we just go through back lines? Yeah,
We'll just go through back line like we
Right,
did.
cool.
We always do it that way, innit? So
Cool.
Better.
Let's start with the back line then. So keeper
Yeah, keeper.
and your defensive line. Pana, do you want to go?
my keeper is Henderson.
Oh, do you know
I
what?
think picked the worst out of the 3
I
though.
love that, fam, because I picked Johnson.
I would have gone Johnson, but I went Pickford.
I know why you picked Pickford,
But
I
yeah.
know why you picked Pickford.
Okay. So
I
we
just
just
think
think keeper. So let's start there then. Go on.
I just think Henderson is a good keeper, regardless of the season he's had. I think he'll be better in this England setup. Suited. I think he'll be better suited and more assured in this England setup than
Because-
Pickford will be.
Because
Because
yeah.
I just think it suits him better. I reckon he'll be better suited to this England team than over Pickford than Johnson.
What makes you think that? I think that's kind of what Kes trying to get at. What makes you think?
I think he's got less of a mistake in him than Pickford has. I think he's more reliable, and I think although, like I said, the season he's had with United, I reckon with the back 4 that I've got or we will have, whatever, I think he's better with. I think he's better with his feet, better with his hands, and I reckon all round. I reckon he'll do a better job than Pickford will.
That's interesting.
I would actually go Johnson second choice over Pickford as well, because just Pickford's mistakes is in him.
Just in my opinion, I get why you pick Pickford. He can play better with his feet.
Yeah.
But first and foremost, you're a keeper. Stop shots. And for me, although he's conceded 60 goals as we started last week, I've got to back it.
Yeah.
Because at a better team, it's just
And he's safe percentage is high.
the guy stops shots.
No,
That's what
that's
he's
fair.
doing. And when you're going against the Frances, the Germanys, the Spains later on in the group stage, hopefully when we qualify,
Yeah.
how much faith have I got in Pickford? in my opinion. That's my argument, and that's kind of why I chose Johnson over Pickford.
I get that.
I want you to stop shots. That's the main thing. The
for
main
me,
role.
if I look at the three keepers, I think, as you just said, Pickford's the best with his feet, kicking ability, long passing. He's the best of the three. Sam Johnson's the best shot stopper keeper to me.
Mistakes as well this season.
Yeah, no mistakes. Henderson to me, I'll be real.
Don't forget his season with Sheffield United as well.
That's last year, fam.
Yeah.
It's
No,
not,
but on a real, like, it's like saying.
What?
you can't get it.
No,
It's like saying with Johnson with West Brom.
Yeah.
Like Sheffield United this season without one of their key players, which was Henderson.
But you're picking him on last season's form.
No, I'm picking him on this season's form as well. I'm just saying, but don't overlook his season now with Sheffield United.
So if I look at his season with Sheffield United, yeah, quality, good keeper. I look at this season, I think to myself, he's made a few. You say you got a mistake in him. He's made a few mistakes, and he's not exceptional. He's not bad with his feet, but he's not exceptional. So for me personally, it's if you want to play with the feet and play at the back, it's Pickford, in my opinion, and the keeper.
Do you reckon Southgate's going to play that way?
Pickford's is number one in it. From the time we've done the squad numbers, yeah, and you already know who he's going with when the keeper gets number one, but.
No, that's fair. That's fair enough, isn't it? Like,
he's got
that. Yeah, but obviously this is your team, innit? So you would still go Pickford.
And I would go Pickford because I think to myself, if you're looking to play, I don't expect England to be holding a lot of heat in the tournament. So I think it's a lot more about what they can do in an attacking sense than defensive in this tournament. And Pickford's a guy that he's got the short passing, he's got the long passing. So personally, I'd go Pickford. But I can hear your arguments for each keeper, to be fair. Let's look at the back four.
Well, I'll say it out loud, but I've got exactly the same as you. So I've got James, Maguire, Stones, Shaw.
I've got exactly the same.
So, okay, cool.
Well,
I've also gone for a little contingency plan as well because Maguire is not looking fit. I mean, I don't know what they're going to...
You changed Sepley
to
now.
So if we're you want to go with like realistic of like actually the situation.
Yeah. So initially, I was thinking if Maguire wasn't in there, and obviously he's going to be first choice, we know Maguire, Stones. Initially, I was saying Stones and what's his name, Mings as left foot.
I'd actually go Ben White.
But
from last season,
last
season's performance, I'd have gone Mings.
Yeah, having thought about it now, I'll be looking at Ben White because I think he's a good footballing centre back. And the same reason why I put Pickford in there for the footballing. If you're looking to play football and play it from the back, I would actually go Stones and Ben White.
I saw the stat when he got called up of like the amount of tackles and not deflections, interceptions that he's made, and he beat everyone on tackles made last season.
Yeah.
And the only person that beat him on interceptions was Harry Maguire.
Okay.
So I was actually shocked by that because Stones had like 0.85 tackles made.
Yeah.
Ben White had something like 1.7 or 1. Something like that. Mad.
Yeah.
And I actually couldn't believe that, to be fair. I thought it was
he's taking more heat though, innit?
Deserved call up.
I think I've seen a bit of him from Leeds in the Championship as well. And obviously I know Championship different level, but he was phenomenal for Leeds. He looked like honestly phenomenal. Yeah. And then he's come up to the Premier League, stepped up, and he's had a brilliant season in the Prem. And I'd actually back him in the Euros as a ball player because Maguire was a ball playing centre back before at Leicester, carried the ball out, whatever.
Before United killed him.
So yeah. So I'm looking at it, I'm thinking to myself, if Maguire's not fit, obviously if he is fit, he's in there. But for me, it's Stones and Ben White.
I like that. Yeah. So yeah, I do like that, and I think that's fine. If we go with a realistic approach, I'd go Stones White. I think that's a fair shout.
I think we all agree. Shaw
left back. Okay. And Reece James.
You got one of your fullbacks in there.
Yeah, it has to be, man.
Yeah.
Like we've always said, innit, the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I just think Kyle Walker's a good defender, but I think at this stage, he's still, even though he's the more experienced out of the two, I still think he's more rash. Like I'd rely on Reece James a lot more than I would on Kyle Walker.
Reece James just
you know what I mean? I think Kyle Walker's done give away a penalty 89th minute.
England are blessed to have a lot of like good right backs in it at the moment.
100,
who are very adaptable, as you said, probably shifting CDM midfield, can play right wing back, etc.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why Kieran Trippier don't get in for me, it's simple. I don't get the hype.
Yeah.
I don't get the hype.
Yeah. I think he's past it now.
Like, okay, you won your team at Atletico Madrid. Don't forget you had your 10-game ban for betting and all that, or the bet team, whatever. I just don't get the hype around it. I'm sorry. I never have.
Do you know what? When it comes to the right back argument, yeah, I weighed it up and I was like, Trent obviously he's out injured, but he was the best attacking. Reece James had the best blend of both.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kyle Walker's got the pace. With Trippier, the only thing I could think of was he can play both left back and right back. But I'm like, you've already got 2 left backs in there.
Yeah,
I get it. That
both good left backs.
I get it. It's versus like play both sides, but I'm like,
I'm not getting gassed on your free kicks either. I'm not gassed on
it.
your
It
free
also
kicks.
depends as well on the formation he's going to play.
You've done your 1 free kick in one tournament. You're done now, innit? You ain't doing it again.
that's a good point. And when we go through the line, we'll talk on formation
Because I personally, I know we all agreed on 4-3-3, but I wouldn't actually play for England 4-3-3.
well, let's go through the
Like,
line first,
personally.
and then we'll come back to the formations. And we're talking the formations. So okay, midfield 3. So we've agreed 1 in the pivot, 2 advanced. And Pana, if you want to drop your
Same as you, bro. Declan Rice.
Yeah, Declan Rice in the pivot. I've got Rice in the pivot.
Alright.
I think we've all got Rice, full house in that.
I think it goes over. What was over on his name? Phillips.
Yeah, Calvin Phillips. I like Phillips, but yeah,
I think it's a good
Rice-
backup option, but Rice is
Declan Rice is
there
definitely ahead of
Rice.
me. And 2 further forward.
Same as you on the left, I've gone Mason. Obviously, Mason Mount, as much as people slew him off, like, I think he's a fantastic footballer, and I think his work rate alone for England, he might be undershone by Foden and Grealish in that year, but Mason Mount's ability and work rate, more importantly, in the midfield, I think is second to none.
So when you say Anderson, you think that what?
Like technically gifted, people would be more gassed by the Fodens and the Grealishes, yeah. I feel like Mason Mount as just a general actually in the middle of that park.
Yeah.
I think he's just.
What I will say on Mount though is you can't use that bar forever because people are giving him respect now.
Yeah.
Back in before it was like, oh Mount, yeah. People have been giving him his flowers, but
I mean,
he
still gets slewed, you know.
yeah.
How about you, humble python?
I think a lot of men.
What you described him is exactly how Mount is. The stuff that people don't see week in, week out. So, for example, people see goals, assists, them type of things. Yeah. What you don't focus on, I guess, in the games as much, Mount does in it. And I think when I started rating him was more when I did start looking at him. When we started discussing him, you man were rating him, and everyone was rating him. I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And then they start to see it, and I see humble pie in my selection. And for me, I put Mount in this formation. He wouldn't make my formation, but for this formation, he makes it with Jude Bellingham.
So I actually have gone Henderson, but he's not going to be fit if we're going to be realistic. But I think Henderson personally brings the experience that no one else has in that team.
Yeah.
So Henderson there for me. But if I'm with Lowey, if I actually had to not pick Hendo on fitness, I would actually give Bellingham a go.
Yeah.
And I think he'd be
I think that's a good shout. Bellingham would be my go-to as well. I just looked at it and I thought, I want to fit all my best players in. And
bro, why can't he be one of your best players? Why can't he be his breakout tournament now?
Of course,
you also said last time as well about trying to fit in Gerrard, the Scholes is the better.
I think it's different. I think it's different in the sense that because for me, I'm saying by dropping Foden a bit deeper, you allowed someone like Grealish to come in and play Foden and Grealish. Now I get that you can pick one out of the two, and we'll talk on that. But I put Foden in there. But I'm not mad about Bellingham being in there, to be fair, because I think he's been phenomenal.
So we're gonna go Mount Bellingham.
Well, it's not a joint.
Yeah, it's not a joint thing. I just want to see what you take it. But yeah, Mount Bellingham, I'll be happy with that.
I would have Bellingham over. If Henderson went in my team, it would be Mount Bellingham.
Yeah, that's calm. So then let's talk him on the front 3, and I think we all know Kane's the 9. There's no debate on that.
Yeah.
So it's
boring.
left and right wing. It's left and right wing really.
Yeah, I've again with this formation, as much as I don't like it, Grealish didn't make my team. I've gone based on kind of especially the form in this part of the season. I went for Foden, well deserved on the left flank, has done damage for a lot of the season.
Yeah.
And I've gone for Sancho on the right side. And I think these last kind of 2 months, he changed Borussia Dortmund and he got the Champions League football. I feel like he picked it up by himself.
Yeah.
I know him and Haaland, but he just took it by the, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's had a phenomenal season.
And that second half of the season, he just turned up. And for me, that's what I'm based on that current form in it as well. Which is based on, not my team's based on current form in it.
Well, it's fair. It gets techie though for me here, man, because like, this is where Gareth has got a fucking headache, a good headache. I don't even start Sterling or Rashford in my team. My front 3 consists of Foden on the right, Kane through the middle and Grealish on the left.
Okay, go on.
That's it. Like,
The only problem I have with that formation is I feel like you need some pace on one of the flanks. So I feel like Grealish and Foden, sort of ball carriers, they're not as quick, but you know, they're good techie on the ball. I personally feel like there has to be either one of, if you're going to play Foden on the flank, one of Grealish and Foden on one side, and one of a Rashford, Sancho, and
I do hear
Sterling
that
on the other side. I just feel like with Kane. What's the three you got? Kane, Sterling, no,
Kane, Foden, Kane, Grealish.
And Grealish. There's no pace in that front three for me, and I feel like you do need some explosive. So for me, I had Grealish, Sterling, and Kane, but if you wanted to, I wouldn't mind making a Grealish and a Foden interchangeable, or a Sterling and a Sancho interchangeable.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is interchangeable, bro. Especially when we start listen, we should be beating the we got
this guy's got.
And then we got the next 2 games. Who's after that?
Scotland. And then Czech Republic.
These men should be able to interchange.
He's got depth
because they're playing for the quarterfinals or whatever it is afterwards. I'm saying they're playing for who's going to start the big teams.
Well, this is the thing. So
they have to be interchangeable.
So I feel like he needs to find his team early though, because I want him to gel.
Well, here's the thing.
You don't want to be ticky-tacky into a quarterfinals.
This man's playing Jesse Lingard though in the friendlies.
Yeah.
No, I do hear that. I'm not saying, but that's where I disagree with him.
Yeah, I disagree.
Like, you need to be finding for the tournament. You want to be trying to play best 11 every game.
See, for me, this is where I'm slightly different, because obviously that's the 11 that we would go for in this formation. For me personally, if we look at realistically what he's done, he's going to flip between a 3 at the back, whether it be a 3-5-2 or 3-4-3, whatever it is, or the 4-3-3, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I look at it and think, during the group stages, when you're playing against lesser opposition or teams should be dominating, I think you've got to utilise your attacking options, get all your attacking players out there and go in a 4-3-3. I don't want to see a 3 at the back during the group stages, unless it's maybe you're trying to work on it or whatever. But for me, in the group stages, you're playing Czech Republic and Scotland, and who else are you playing? Croatia. You should be setting up 4-3-3, getting your attacking talent out there, and
I don't know, man. Because when you we've slammed people in the past for it, like Lampard was one of them. When you're trying to go for a tournament now, which is only a set amount of games as well, it's like very limited. Mm-hmm. If you're trying to go for a tournament and playing tinkering football, I don't think it works. I think you need to go there with the intentions of winning every single game, and that has got to be with your best 11 personally. Because by the time you reach the final, if you then reach the quarters or the semis, you go, right lads, today we're gonna now go to a 3-5-2, and everyone's gonna be like, well, fucking hell, we've trained it, we ain't really played it too tough. Yeah. You want to be going there with it working like clockwork.
But this is why I disagree with you though, because I think in a league season where you've got loads of time on a training pitch, you're playing games week in, week out, you can tell me that you've got to find your best system and everyone's going to gel in and whatever, If we're talking about a tournament where these men are together for a limited number of weeks, they're not going to, there's not a single system that they're going to have nailed together, because these men play from all over the world, they play in different teams, whatever,
But that's what I'm saying, try not to change
in a tournament, I personally think that you've got to play the opposition. If it's a league system and you've got time away to work on formations and stuff, I would go with that. For me here, the way you play against Czech Republic is not going to work against France. And so for me, against France, you probably have to go a bit more defensive. But when you're playing Czech Republic, it's not in your best interest to be playing defensive.
Does that mean then you need to change the formation, or does that just change your personnel?
So I think that basically what you need is a bit of both. That's why he's gone with players that can play in multiple positions, because you're going to need to be interchangeable. Even if you're in a game and you start off with a 3-5-2, okay, you can move into midfield and you can change the shape, innit? I think that's why he's going with those interchangeable players.
Just another question on that, and this might, again, it's just based on opinion. Mm-hmm. Is Gareth Southgate more a defensive type of manager, tactician, because of how he was as a player? Do you reckon that's impacted how he was as a player?
Probably had an influence on his game.
I don't see him being flary with his tactics. No. I'm saying that.
But then I don't think we played bad. I don't think we played bad football at the World Cup when we were under Gareth Southgate and we got to the semis.
Come on, man.
It weren't terrible.
He was gassed on the hype in the summer when the weather was nice and the beer gardens were open. Fam, they were poor. They scraped wins against poor teams, apart from Panama, and we're getting gassed.
I do hear that. But the reason why I feel this competition is different is because he has an abundance of talent in all the attacking positions. You've got 2, possibly 3 players, other than the 9, that are all quality. I don't think we've had that before. I look at even the World Cup team.
Yeah, the depth is crazy.
I think we're all scared about is the problem that we have at the back.
So here's the thing.
And if Kane gets injured.
And this is the thing. So this is exactly my point. So because we're worried about the defence, it's either you're going to stack out the defence and be more defensive, or you're going to go on the offensive and try and outscore teams, innit?
Yeah.
And I feel that...
I don't think Southgate's got that in him though.
No, but well, that's what I'm saying. So I feel if you're playing a France, it's almost like suicide to be going over attacking against France. So I feel like that's why you're gonna have to flip between a 3-5 or 3 at the back and a 4-3-3, because Croatia and these teams, you should be able to go out there, and even if you concede 1 or 2, you should be able to score against these teams.
I think
France, if you go 2-0 down against France, but it's long. Do you know what I mean?
I think the problem with England as well, okay, we touched upon it, is the fact that the switch between being a possession-based team and a counter-attacking team, where we might have to be with the certain players that we've got and against the certain oppositions. Whereas France can go out there and their game plan doesn't really change.
Just be the best team.
Be the best team.
Yeah. For me, if England are going to win this, personally, you have to be adaptable. You have to be adaptable. The rigid thing of, okay, this is how we're playing, it's not going to work.
I do understand that.
Brush up on one team, but you come up against a better opposition, you're going to get punished.
I do understand that, but I think personally it's about playing one system and changing personnel depending on the game. But I do understand what you're saying.
What's the one system you think England should play?
I think it should be a 3-4-3 or a 3-5-2, and then whatever option as your plan B is the alternate. So if you start with a 3-4-3 and you're in trouble or you need to switch something up, I'd then say, boys, we now go to the 3-5-2 or whatever it is. But I would always stick with that 3-4-3, and then I would change my mandem depending on who I'm playing.
But one of the criticisms of the 3 at the back is you sacrifice an attacking player. So would you, for instance, be playing 3 at the back against the Czech Republic, where, I mean...
You're still playing 3 up top though, 3-4-3.
Yeah, but the width is not always there.
But I like the wing backs we've got as well. I think Shaw and James...
Shaw's not really
no matter if you play a 3-4-3,
he can play...
If you play a 3-4-3 or 3-5-2, you're either pulling a player from the midfield to put another centre back in, or so
I do think though. I think as well. I do think it's a better formation for England, especially because I think it will tighten up the back a bit more as well.
If we're going 3 at the back, I'm playing Saka from the left.
Because also we're not that great at the back. That's probably our weakest link. I would probably actually rather short the back a little bit by playing the three CBs as a bit more of a short thing, and then the attacking man do their thing.
You're on that like.
I like it for England, innit?
I personally think that obviously you can go defensive, but when you're playing Scotland and you're scraping wins against these man, as soon as you step up to one of these other teams, you're getting slapped. I think personally, you set up to score goals against Scotland and Czech Republic and these teams here, get your attacking players confident. We go into the France game, there with the weaker, I'm saying the France game, we don't know we're going to play them, but you go in as the weaker side, but the boys are confident and they're all ready to go. Yeah. If you've been sitting defensive against Scotland and Czech Republic and them, man.
And they're peppering you.
I think you need to be so defensive with that formation though, man.
No. I agree with you, and I think there's managers that have used that formation very well. I don't think it's possible for Gareth Southgate to get the best out of his players playing that formation, in my opinion.
That's fair enough. Obviously, we have to agree to disagree.
And that's the best thing about having different opinions.
Yeah, I think the three at the back, I think the 3 at the back for England suits us better, but. With this formation, you didn't even clarify those, by the way, sorry, the final team for the front 3. Because obviously, we've now started Bellingham and Mount. You've got Foden in there now.
Yeah. So
you need to somehow put what we're doing with the front 3. Kane's obviously a given, but we need to sort out these 2.
To be honest with you, I mean...
Because you've got Sterling in there, me and Lowey ain't even got Sterling, have we?
Yeah. No, but I got Sancho and you got Sancho.
Yeah. So we need to decide.
I think even if you don't decide,
we've all got Grealish, right?
We've got Grealish.
So
I don't.
But
I think what we decided was the fact that Foden and Grealish interchangeable, very similar players in terms of how they carry the ball, how they can attack, how they can run from deep, right? I think I agree, especially with Kes spoke about having something different on your other flank. Yeah. Right, which you're looking at pace, direct.
So
like,
for me,
take on a man a different way.
The purpose of this wasn't to put out our England team. It's just to have a discussion on who you'd have in there, innit? So.
All right, okay. I thought we were going to put that up as our England team, but.
Yeah, I mean, by the time we put it up, Gareth Southgate picked his team. Is what it is, isn't it? Can do it, but it's more just a discussion on who I want to listen to who you man would have in there and.
No, that's fair
enough. Again, I think what he will do and what we're saying may be 2 different things in it, but I just think personally you're going to have to set up for the opposition. But I hear your point of playing a consistent formation and the players getting used to it.
Well, you got one question before it makes you finish. Are you like hoping for the best or are you thinking about the worst?
In what sense? What
Like,
with
when I
formation?
look at England, I just think I'm not that gassed. And that's based on past, not based on the players that we got in the current part. I'm just struggling to hype myself up to back the England hype, yeah. Or so that's for me, yeah. Or do you like, nah, we got the quality, big guy in there. Where do you guys stand on that, or sit?
If for me, it all begins and ends with the gaffer, because you can have all the talent in the world, and like I said, we've all put. It's easy being a manager on paper, innit? Because we've all got what we do and what would work, yeah. But if he go, I personally, and we said this, if he goes 5 at the back and whatever, and stifles the team with formation, I don't think much is going on in it. So for me, we've got the players there, but it all depends on what Gareth Southgate does, innit? So
I've always said it, I think it's both, innit? I'm not going to be gassed though. I'm with you though, like in the sense of I was gassed and I saw the Romania game. And I was like, based on past and then based on actual present, I'm sitting there going, "Our blood." I'm just believing the hype. That should be there.
Guys
it should be there because of the talent we've got.
Of course, and that's why I want to feel like that.
We always do it because we're England.
I want to feel like that.
And
I want to sit there and go, I think it's coming home. Like, I think I'm backing them to win.
It depends on the first game as well, how we turn up. If we turn up with real intention, might change in it. But from what I saw against Romania, which is the last warm-up game, I'm just sitting there thinking, it's just another bullshit.
And that's why I talk about possession play and counter-attack ballers, because Rashford for me is best when he's counter-attacking.
Counter-attacking.
Yeah.
Romania, they're sitting back and he's got bare time on the ball. Players like.
But then that's why I still think it's a mixture of both though, because I still expect Marcus Rashford, a calibre of player like that, to be, even though you've got 5 men at the back.
No, I agree.
They're tactically breaking that down.
But do you know
they're good enough to do that.
Do you know what I'll say to you is, because obviously you're saying same system, different personnel. What I'd like you to, and I said we're going to mention these men, but I'm going to mention them, and you'll understand this, yeah? When Arsenal are losing a game, and we're playing one up top, whatever, and you're chasing the game, yeah? And the gaffer will swap Giroud to Welbeck.
Yeah.
What the hell difference is that going to make, yeah?
I didn't say that.
No.
I said when we're in trouble, you go to a 3-5-2 or a 3-4-3, depending on what you start with. I didn't say that. You stick with. I said you start. I would start with.
I thought you said keep the same formation.
Yeah, I would keep the same formation. But during a game, if we're in trouble, we need a plan B. My plan B would be the 3-5-2 or the 3-4-3, depending on what.
Formation.
During a game, but for every game, I'd start the same system and be like, right, this is the system we're playing.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah. Okay. And then if we're like 1-0 down or whatever, and we're in trouble, I'll be like, right, boys, plan B. 3-5-2, let's go, boom, bam. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so I hear that. But what I'm saying is, so you're saying obviously you'd be adaptable to see, if
in game
one's not working.
Yeah.
But what I don't get is, if you've done your research on how a team sets up and that, why would you not be adaptable for the game? Why would it not be, okay, we're playing these lot, so they play this way, so we change the form.
I do hear that, but my reason is just because it's a tournament of short timing. So when you've got a league, you can come up every week and go, right, this week I'm studying United and I'm doing this and that and other. There's like how many games to the final, whatever it is. You just need to get the best team, in my opinion, get the best team, get them drilled as fast as you can in that same system or the 2 systems you're going to play, depending on plan A, plan B, and then try your best to make it to the final. That's the way I do it for an international.
I hear you as well, and I think this is another question. I keep throwing bare questions out. How much pressure are you on with? How much pressure do you have as a gaffer when you go? We've done this, Croatia, this, did that. We've drawn Germany, France, whatever, yeah, and we change formation. You then go lose the game, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, why did you swap formation?
That's a good question.
And I think that's always going to play in your mind.
Of course, but do you know what I come back with? Do you know what every England manager in the last how many years I've been alive has been criticised with, is flipping being too rigid. Back when we were talking about the golden era, the main thing these men are saying is, like, these numbers are playing 4-4-2. They never change nothing, whatever, yeah. I think personally, that rigidness is what has stifled England over the years, isn't it? And personally, I look at the proper players that we've got. He's picked man that plays several positions. I think that it's the adaptability that is one of their strengths.
I do hear that.
And listen, we can agree to disagree. I do
hear that.
That's a good conversation, isn't it? And obviously, let us know what you think, because for me personally, that lack of ability to adapt has been what has crippled England in the past. And that's why, if I see he plays the first same formation, whatever, I'm looking thinking, like, football ain't come. I'll get the France shirt. I'll have it ready. You know what I'm saying? For me, he has to be able to adapt to the opponent in front of him. And if you've got guys that, are holding possession and you've got to be more defensive, okay, we can flip it. You drop back, okay, cool. But I don't want to see you playing the same style against France or Germany or whatever as you would against Czech Republic. Because Czech Republic, you're looking at thinking, if you send out Grealish, Foden and demand them, we should be slapped. We should be slapped.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And that's what I'm saying. Sorry to cut you.
No, go on.
If we're in a group with Scotland, Czech Republic and Croatia, Croatia's one team, I'm thinking, okay, cool, just beat them, yeah? But if you're not slapping Scotland and Czech Republic, I don't want to see you against Germany. I don't want to see it.
But my point is though, is whether you play a 3-4-3 or a 4-3-3, we should be slapping them anyway, because with the players we've got. I don't think, really and truly, the formation is going to make a huge difference.
I get that. So here's the point. So let's say, for instance, you're playing against a team that has one striker, yeah, one up top. They're playing whatever the formation they're playing, yeah. Do you still need 3 centre backs on the one striker? Whereas they might have an extra guy pushing forward the attacking positions, and it's like, okay, cool, we need an extra defender back to tuck in. So it's the adaptability in it. I'm saying.
I hear that.
If a guy, if you're saying he's got one guy up here and you're sacrificing the guy from further up the pitch, yeah, but you're getting outnumbered down there, I'd rather you adapt and say, listen, right, they're playing what formation? Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do hear that.
But
you can do that in game, but even little tactical things like you could say, like if you're playing a 3 at the back and there's playing one guy up top, your extra 2 CBs just spread out. You could just say to them during the game, innit? Spread out wider and just push up higher up the pitch.
Nah,
you have a high line, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's the be all and end all to then be like, oh my gosh, we're playing 3 at the back. I mean, they're not going to be stuck there. They can be moving around, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
Alright, so yes or no, is it coming home?
No.
It was no, and that's yes.
And for me, it was yes, yeah, but now it's no. Come on, Belgium. Nah.
Hey, quick cover change, innit?
Yeah,
Gonna go get his France top on.
Okay, listen, I'll go France.
Bro, have you got France? You've got France, Italy, Portugal, and Belgium. All of them. You got all of them, bro.
And listen, this is how you know my loyalty, yeah? I got all of these, man. I'm still waiting for
to
them boys.
to be fair though, I know you was a better man, yeah. And I know when you win your bets, yeah, there's always some dead team that pulls it out of the bag. When you've got those 30s, yeah, they never come through, fam.
That's what I'm hoping, yeah.
You know, you trying to play it safe, yeah? You know what, yeah? Today, let me just go United, Chelsea, whatever, yeah? And West Brom have got their first win in 16 games. I'm like, blood. What the freak, blood.
That's what I'm hoping.
He said, you back West Brom last week against flipping Exeter. And they lost the cup. Blood.
That's what I'm hoping, man, like Czech Republic come through.
Blood.
You got Spain on me, you got Spain.
Yeah, you got Spain.
It cost you £10 more,
but Czech Republic are in a group with England, so it's a good question because looking at England's group, you got Scotland, Czech Republic, Croatia, and England.
Oh, fam, stop trying to play. Croatia ain't getting out of the group, fam.
Croatia?
I mean, Czech Republic ain't getting out of the group, fam.
I'd say it's
England and Croatia favourites, yeah?
It's got to be England, Croatia.
Let me go look at dark horse and that.
They ain't got Milan Baros and
my dark horse is Scotland to go through.
Yeah.
Nah,
alright.
Don't.
Alright.
I'll walk away from you.
No, say less. So,
what? Scotland, England, go through. And no
Scotland, fam. Scotland who?
Heart bets. No, but Scotland drew against Holland the other day.
Andy Robertson.
Yeah.
Billy Gilmore.
Okay.
Kieran Denner.
Okay. Who's putting the one in the back of the net?
You got James Forrest plays on the wing.
James Forrest.
Who else? James Forrest.
Don't tell me they still got the bald guy that retired for like 12 months. No, they've probably called back Chris Boyd.
Lee Griffiths, maybe.
They've probably called back Chris.
Listen.
No, Shay Adams.
Dead.
You know
I see
what?
that he's the main striker as well for them. Number 10.
Yeah, number 10.
They got Kevin Nes. And Lyndon Dykes. He was at. Was he
Lyndon
not at
Dykes.
Sunderland?
Dykes.
Was he not at Sunderland?
No, Lyndon Dykes. That's Charlie White. Lyndon Dykes, yeah. Lyndon Dykes, who he played for? But no, so alright, so boom.
They got McSauce. No, they ain't going through.
McTominay. No, but that's not a bad shout. It's all in the home nation. So England we know. Scotland. What Wales? You said Wales going through as well?
No, I just said, listen, they got man turn up, they might.
He's open.
I said dark horse, we're not back together as a group.
No, back together the group. No, back together the group.
For what?
Back together the group.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So they get out of the group.
Yeah.
Okay, who's in that group? You double check that.
No, listen, don't worry about me, fam. Don't worry about me.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me. What's this? What the fuck is this, fam? It's like in the pubs, fam.
For the post, fam. Wales. Where? Wales.
Top left.
Russia.
Oh, Turkey, Switzerland. Oh no.
Yeah, come on.
What? Italy, Switzerland? Nah.
Come on, man. Turkey.
They're not making it.
Unless
Gareth Bale turns up.
I tell you, all it needs is them two to be fit, though.
Yeah.
Gareth Bale will score, yeah.
Bale will be on holiday playing golf somewhere.
No, listen. No, it's Wales, golf, Real Madrid. It's not golf before Wales, fam.
Nah, trust me, but I'm looking at group here. Say Wales, Turkey, Switzerland, Italy.
Listen, you asked me my opinion.
I know.
I give you my opinion.
I'm
Listen, it could be cost me £70. Not £60. £70 now.
Okay.
Why £70?
Because you
you
£10
put it
wild
to
card,
10,
innit?
You ain't done that.
30,
It
20,
goes
20.
into the pot, innit?
Oh.
The winner's getting 70 now.
Oh.
So you've upped the pot for the other man.
I want to put for you.
Yeah?
Or the charity.
So come on, one of you boys. What's it? France. Hey, listen.
We'll put it up on Insta, innit?
Put it up.
We'll put it up.
Listen, guys. Obviously, if you're not already, make sure you subscribe. We're doing live watch-alongs throughout the Euros on the England games. And if England go out early or whatever, it'll be live watch-alongs for France. You know what I'm saying?
Désolé.
Désolé. Pardon?
Je suis désolé.
Hein? Je ne peux parler en anglais. Tu peux parler en français?
Je joue.
Oui,
Je joue.
oui.
I was just going to say Balaboom, fam.
Oui. Je veux parler en français. Français qu'est-ce? Ah, come on, allez le bleu. Actually, no, we're still in it. We ain't got that yet. But just now, I've got the script ready. Allez les bleus. Je peux parler en français.
He's going to Google it for every country, innit?
Tanya!
Let's wrap it up. Before we start getting written off for half of Europe. It's like Nine. And listen. Don't finish me. Alright, listen. Let's wrap this one up. Yeah? Box it up, you know the drill. Listen, Uncle Tone, if you're watching this one,
Yeah.
hope you enjoyed it, man. This one is a vibe. Hey, listen, we've got episodes coming throughout the Euros. You know, like I said, watch alongs and that, so make sure you're subscribed. Yeah? And if you're fucking with us, you're rocking with us, make sure. Oh, hold on. I see 10,000 steps. How? I said with the shaky, the hands in there.
Bro, I told you about
This
this.
is
10,000.
Fake blood.
10,000. No,
Fake.
listen,
So do when?
the technology is when you're walking in doing whatever, it's doing it. So when I'm doing all of this,
But Apple Watch don't pick that up, man. The Garmin don't pick that up.
That is.
Bro, I told you when
That's
this guy,
technology.
bro, this
That
guy,
is fake.
this guy goes to bed at 11 o'clock, wake up with 3,000 steps, fam. It makes no sense.
that's how, yeah, I'm doing bare steps and still gaining weight. But listen, if you're fucking with us, you're rocking with us, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Big up yourselves. Hey, stay safe, stay blessed. We out.
I can't believe the Fitbit watch, man. I just can't believe the Fitbit.
Fam, that is a fake.
Don't kill me, fam.
Fake device, you know.
Don't kill me.